Okay, so now what we need to do is get into the meat of what's going on. You folks came on this live stream just for that. And I'll tell you a little bit about me. I'm hoping that all of you have or are subscribed. Where's my button? Subscribed to the channel already for Earl Hall Studio. 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, I put out video content specifically for the brand new voiceover artist, the up-and-coming voiceover artist that's looking to start, build, and grow a successful voiceover business. That's the aim of every single video that I do. I've said so many times that I think that the brand new voiceover artist, or that voiceover artist that's struggling, is the most underserved part of the voiceover community. So many times we hear different things in regards to building a voiceover business, and it always seems to be that high-end stuff. It all excuse me, it always seems to be that movie trailer stuff, that high-end national TV ad spot stuff. Not to say that you don't want to get there, but my gosh, where do you start? You know, where do you start at? How do you get those first jobs? How do you really plug in and figure out what it is that you need to do? I mean, literally, step by step, day by day, to build a book of business, a book of clients that are going to give you continuous work. And again, that's why I say I think the brand new and the struggling voiceover artist is the most underserved part of the voiceover community. And it seems like it's either feast or famine. Either you're making a lot of money in voiceover, or you're not making any money at all. And there's there's like that in between stage. Okay, how do I get from here? You know, how do I get from down here to up here? You know, is the whole thing with that. And what I want to do, I'm going to go into taking some questions. I've had a few questions sent to me via our Facebook group page, which, if you're not familiar with our Facebook group, simply it's just, let me just make sure I get the address right. Is it down here? It's down at on the bottom in my lower third. It's just facebook.com/steps to voiceover success. Is and I'm just double checking it on Facebook here as well. In the chat area, if you've got a question, this is the time that you should go ahead and put that question in. If you've got a question that's been burning, don't let it sit there. Don't let the question just sit there. I'm sorry, the Facebook group address is actually facebook.com/groups/steps to voiceover success. I need to change that in my lower third as well. But now, if you're sitting there, you came here for a reason to this live stream, this first ever voiceover Biz Dev Saturday with yours truly, Earl Hall. You came for a reason to find out some information. Go ahead and let me know what your questions are, and I'll see that in the chat room, and we can move on from there. But I'm going to start with the questions that have come in through my Facebook group, through email, over the course of this week, where I've been letting folks know that I was going to be putting this live stream together. And once again, I want to thank everyone for tuning in today for this. Okay, one of the subscribers and one of the followers at Steps to Voiceover Success on the Facebook group, Sherry, asks, what are the steps to producing your own video to be placed on Fiverr? Now, that brings up what could be considered a conundrum in the voiceover community. Fiverr, excuse me, Fiverr is one of those very controversial subjects when it comes to the voiceover elite. And I say the voiceover elite kind of really tongue-in-cheek because, you know, in every industry, there are folks that are at different levels in that industry. Some of the people that are in the voiceover industry have made it to a certain level, a pretty high level, as to what maybe you would consider, maybe even what I would consider. They've kind of what we've called, quote unquote, made it. And there's a snobbery, and you may have heard me say this before, there's a real snobbery in the voiceover community around how you get work, where you get work from, how much you charge for that work, and if you're a part of a union or a group in the voiceover community. There are people that are, maybe for lack of a better term, and I could be wrong here in the term that I use, there are a lot of voiceover people that are trying to own voiceover. You know, if you're a plumber, you know, you don't worry about what other plumbers are charging. And if other plumbers are charging a certain thing, you're not blasting other plumbers for charging less than maybe you would charge for this or more than you would charge for that. It's a competitive industry. Voiceover is a competitive industry. And a lot of what I see is that brand new voiceover artists, you know, they come into this industry, and of course they look for mentors. They look for people that can kind of hold their hand and show them and guide them, you know, to the way that it should be. But with that snobbery that's there, it takes away so much of your freedom. And what I encourage brand new voiceover artists to do, sure, listen to voiceover coaches like, you know, well, I won't name names. There are a lot of coaches out there. You can look them up on YouTube. But, you know, watch the stuff that I do. Watch the stuff that other coaches do. And take what fits you. Take what fits you. And don't take everything as gospel in regards to how you should do something in voiceover. And I'm specifically talking about building the voiceover business, building that marketing strategy, and coming up with a way that you're going to build your career in this voiceover industry. So I had to say all that and preempted with the question because Sherry was asking about Fiverr, and there are a bunch of voiceover snobs that really look down on anyone that does work on Fiverr. Full disclosure, I do work on Fiverr. People need to understand that when you do voiceover work on Fiverr, it's not just for $5. I have $400 jobs on Fiverr, $300 jobs on Fiverr, and it just depends on you picking and choosing the work that you actually want to do. It comes down to that. You have to choose the work it is that you want to do. So now, Sherry says, what are the steps to producing your own video to be placed on Fiverr? Well, let me just tell you, Sherry, this is the step. Your smartphone, whatever your smartphone is, get in front of it, put it on a tripod, put it on something to hold it steady, and film yourself basically talking about your voiceover service that you're going to be providing on Fiverr. What a lot of people don't know, when you see the videos that are on my YouTube channel for Earl Hall Studio, all of those videos are done, edited, everything right here. There's no special equipment. There's no special anything. And if you go back and take a look at the videos that I produce Monday through Friday, they are all produced right here. It's a certain thing with the question that Sherry's asking. The deeper question is how to produce a video. And that is something well worth taking a look on YouTube for. And there's a bunch of information on YouTube on how to produce a video. I don't know why I'm wearing these headphones. I was listening to Rihanna. That's what it was. But anyway, there's a plethora of information that you can get on YouTube in regards to actually producing a video. I think Fiverr allows you to make about a 1-minute video to put on for promotion of your main Fiverr service, or whatever service it is that you're providing for Fiverr. I've got a couple of videos on mine. Some of my videos I'm in, some of them it's just an image and a voiceover track that's there to promote what it is that I'm selling there on Fiverr. And I do the same thing on Upwork, Freelance, the different freelance sites that are out there that freelancers like ourselves that are in voiceover can go and get work in. But learning how to use your smartphone, and this is a Galaxy S7 Edge, you know, but it doesn't even matter. Whatever smartphone you have, it's going to take really, really good video. And I encourage you, go look at the videos that I produce Monday through Friday. The quality, the sound, just take a listen. Now, the only thing that may be a little bit different, I use this. It's a Rode shotgun mic, and it basically clips right into my smartphone like this. And so when I'm recording, that shotgun mic is pointed directly at me, and I'm picking the audio up through that. But it's well worth to become a practitioner of learning these things. One of the things that I know that happens a lot in the voiceover industry is that people we ask questions, but then when it comes down to the actual implementation of what we've been told, there's some sort of blockage. There's some sort of thing that steps in the way. And I'm not sure why that is or what that is, but I hope that makes sense for you, Sherry. I don't know, Sherry, are you on the live stream right now? Let me know in the chat if you're actually on live stream. I would love to know if you're here. I know you sent this question in earlier because you weren't sure if you'd be able to be on the live stream or not, but I would love to know if you are actually here on the live stream with us right now. And once again, if you're here on the live stream and you have a question, now's the time to go ahead and put that into chat and let me know what your question is concerning anything in the realm of voiceover, quite honestly. Whatever those questions are that you have, those things that you're struggling with, that you just wish somebody would go ahead and just say it. And, just say it and let me know what the real answer is to the question that I have here concerning building my voiceover business. Because it can get, it can get tough. It can get tough trying to build anything from scratch. And this is one of those industries that it's becoming tougher and tougher. It's becoming tougher and tougher to actually build a successful voiceover business for those that aren't willing to put in the work. If you're willing to put in the work, to do voiceover, you're going to grow leaps and bounds ahead of obviously everyone else that's not willing to do the work. And, it just comes down to you making that decision in regards to what it is that you want to do with your voiceover career. I talk to so many different people throughout the course of the day, especially in the realm of voiceover and those that are looking to build a business in voiceover. And I hear some of the same things over and over again. One of the things that I do is I do a free 15-minute consultation for any and everyone to talk about your voiceover business and your strategy and how you're going to start putting those things together. And if you want to get a free 15-minute consultation, just go to the website, steps2voiceoversuccess.com, and you'll see the one-on-one voiceover consulting link that's there. But the website, the web address is right there at the bottom of your screen I think it's on the bottom right. I'm assuming that's what it would be. But www.steps2voiceoversuccess.com. Click on the link that says one-on-one voiceover consulting. I do free 15-minute consulting sessions. All you've got to do is schedule it. And if you want to go over what you're trying to build, that's the place that we can really start getting some things done and helping you with your voiceover marketing, maybe even your demo, what your website looks like. I see a plethora of things that just kind of make me go, when I see what some voiceover artists are doing that are new. It's funny to me because I did those same crazy things. I did some of the things that I see you folks doing. I did the same thing, and all I can do is laugh about that. But some of the things that I'm hearing over and over again, and I can pretty much tell who's really going to, as I say all the time, grind and don't quit. I know if you're serious about this thing, and I can tell it really, really quick. And when I'm in a session, or I get an email and I send an email back and reply, and I get some replies back, and I say, look, concentrate on this one thing. What I want you to do this week is contact 20 new clients. That's it. And then if I get pushback on that, I already know, okay, you're not willing to do this. This is really not that important to you. Well, I've got to do this, I've got to do that. I'm supposed to do this weekend and da-da-da. I had a consultation on yesterday, and I told this young man, I said, look, you've got to make the decision. There's no sense in us continuing to have this conversation if you're not willing to make the decision that you say that you want to build in voiceover is a priority to you. If it's not a priority to you, we don't need to talk. And quite frankly, I don't want to waste my time. Now, when you do a voiceover consulting session with me, be prepared. Just be prepared. Because if you tell me this is what you want to do, I'm going to press you on it. I'm going to see, okay, if you say you want to do it, look, this is what I do. I work on, probably for about really the past uh, 18 months, since January of last year, I cut out everything that did not have to do with voiceover that I was doing. I'm not talking about family and friends and obligations and things like that. I'm talking about the things that I was doing online. If it didn't directly impact me building my voiceover career, I understood that I needed to nix it out of what it was that I was doing. There are people that say they want to build a voiceover career. They're sitting around talking about it. But the execution of this is where the rubber meets the road. You can tell me all day long about what you want to do, but the thing is, you've got to show me what you're doing. Show me that this is important to you. I operate probably on about no more than 6 hours of sleep a night, every day. I do voiceover every day. And you already know, I produce a video Monday through Friday. That's about an hour to 2 hours out of my day already right there, because I'm focused in on building what I'm building for you guys in regards to showing you the things that I'm doing. And so when I listen to voiceover artists, brand new or upcoming voiceover artists, and I give them advice on something to do, and then all of a sudden I get a pushback, my first question is, are you really serious about building your voiceover career? Is it something that you're really serious about, or is this just a hobby, or is this just something you want to make a little bit of extra cash with, and so on and so forth? And if that's the thing, fine, cool, but then you can't complain about not making enough money in voiceover if you're not willing to go all in. Excuse me. Okay. We've got another question and this is through our Facebook group at Steps to Voiceover Success, from Ben. He says, "Hey Earl, thanks for all the great advice. Would you recommend producing videos to document progress and increase personal brand awareness? Do you feel this could help attract clients on top of general marketing efforts?" So Ben is asking about basically producing YouTube videos in order to draw awareness to what it is that he's doing. Now, you can do this on YouTube, you can do this on Facebook, whatever, that have those live streaming platforms. You can also do this on Instagram. They've got live streaming on Instagram. I think they have live streaming on Snapchat. I'm not sure. I'm not a Snapchat guy, but I do participate heavily in Instagram, Facebook, and obviously YouTube. But here's the thing with YouTube and trying to make an impression there. I struggled, and I can be completely honest with this. I struggled for a while trying to figure out how to utilize a video platform like YouTube in order to grow my voiceover business. Now, this is outside of obviously the coaching and the instruction that I do. So I've developed in my own mind how to do this. Now, I have not implemented this yet because, well, I just haven't. I haven't become a practitioner of the things that I've been thinking of with this particular aspect of my marketing, because I do other marketing things throughout the day that don't involve YouTube. What I do on YouTube is mostly to give you guys free information on how to start, build, and grow a successful voiceover business. But I believe, and so I'll give you my thesis on this, I believe that there is a way to utilize YouTube in order to grow your voiceover business, but it is very in-depth. It's just as in-depth as it is for me to produce these videos for giving you guys free information on building a voiceover business and using your equipment and all the technical information that goes along with that. There's a lot that goes into producing a YouTube video. I'm not even going to front. I'm not even going to lie about that. If you want to do it right and get attention, you guys have seen my videos on YouTube, I'm assuming already, and that's one of the reasons why you're here now watching this live stream, why you're still watching this live stream. Now, of course, the camera that I'm using is subpar. It's just a webcam, and I understand why some big YouTubers that use quality stuff suggest you don't use a webcam. Now, I guess for a live stream, it's no big deal. It's not like I'm using this for video production of my daily videos. But there's a lot that goes into producing these YouTube videos. Once you just use your smartphone and start recording, you've got to edit that. And you've got to put that together. And, you see my front end, my middle, you see the end screens that I put on it and things of that nature. And so in order to produce a video that's going to grab the attention of a potential client, and also to understand and learn that YouTube is a search engine, and it's the number 2 search engine in the world, and it's owned by the number 1 search engine in the world, which is Google. So Google owns the number 1 and the number 2 search engine that everyone uses. So understanding those things, there's a learning curve to that. And there's a plethora of videos out here that is, you say, VoiceWave Studio, you say you're getting an error message. Can you see this? Are you still getting that error message? I'm not noticing an error message when I'm on, but let me just go back because I had shut that down so it didn't take up any of my system resources in regards to that, but I'll keep talking in regards to this here. But when you're putting together a YouTube video, and there's going to be that learning curve that you're going to have to understand that's there and overcome that. And if there's instruction that you want with that, I can definitely give you direction on where to go and who to look at within YouTube to see the back-end structure that you're going to need in order to learn this thing we call YouTubing. Believe me, there's a lot to learn when it comes to producing videos on YouTube and how to get them ranked and how to make sure that people, see them and that, they're appropriately set up and things of that nature. Cyrus, hey, thanks for being in. Okay, VoiceWave Studio, thanks a lot for letting me know that was gone. So I'm going to shut this down so I don't have to watch myself anymore on that end. So with the question that Ben has in regards to producing videos, there's one other secret that, well, it's not necessarily a secret. There's a voiceover artist and voiceover coach, and I want to give him credit. His name is Mark Scott. He's a Canadian out of Canada. That wasn't redundant. Okay, he's Canadian. And he gave a bit of advice, and I took this bit of advice and it worked. It actually worked. Now, do you want to know? I'm sure you do. I'm sure you want to know what that piece of advice is. Basically, the strategy works this way. You all obviously have a YouTube account and you set this up successfully. If you're a voiceover artist, what you need to do is put together a list, or maybe not put together a list, maybe just do a search on YouTube in the genre of voiceover work that you want to get. And when I say that, if you're looking to get work doing e-learning, do a YouTube search for e-learning production companies. If you're into explainer videos, do a YouTube search for explainer video production or just explainer video company or whatever. If you're into audiobooks, you may look up authors or publishers, actually book publishers. And you get a list, or you see in the search the different things that come up. Go to each of those YouTube channels and subscribe to each of those YouTube channels. And click the notification bell. After you subscribe, I hope every one of you clicked the notification bell after you subscribe to my videos. It makes a difference. When you subscribe, you're just subscribed to the YouTube channel. But after you subscribe, or while you're watching one of the videos, right by that subscribe button, there's a bell. And if you click that bell, you'll get notified either on your smartphone, your tablet, email, whatever, when that person releases another video. You'll get notified immediately so that you can go and watch that and consume that content. The reason why you especially want to click the notification bell on potential clients' YouTube site or YouTube channel is so that when they produce a new video for that channel, you can jump into the conversation and say something. Hey, great video. Love the part where you and identify something you saw in the video so that they know you actually watched the video. This is the way for you to start a conversation. Please do not go to these people's YouTube channel and say, hey, can I do some voiceover work for you? Please do not do that. That is not the way to do this. People treat the internet and marketing so much different than they do in the real world. But if you actually took real world concepts and applied them to your marketing online, you would be a whole lot more successful. Just imagine, guys, walking up to a gal on the street. Hey, my name's such and such. This is what I do. Hey, look at what I got over here. Hey, do you want to see this? You're a jerk, right? All you're talking about is me, 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 me. No, she's not interested in you. You haven't asked her anything about herself. You haven't asked her, you know what I'm saying? Just, okay, we don't have to go over dating advice here on this particular live stream, but you get what I'm saying. So don't do that online. Don't just start what would be considered spamming out your information to these different companies that you're looking to get voiceover work from. Add some value to them. First, give them a compliment on what it is that they're doing. You know, look for, go back over old videos. Try and comment on things like that. But don't jump out and just don't jump out and say, hey, can I have some voiceover work from you? It's not the way to do it. It's just not. And here's another thing. I put out I'm going to give a couple of secrets today. And once again, thank you so much for coming into the live stream, my first ever live stream here on YouTube. If you've got a question in regards to anything dealing with voiceover, go ahead and put that into the chat and let me know what that question is, and I can answer that question for you. I gave out, this was about a month and a half, maybe 2 months ago, a YouTube strategy for Instagram, which is very similar to the one that I just gave you for YouTube. Same thing on Instagram. Set up your Instagram account, do a search for whatever genre it is of voiceover that you want to be doing voiceover in. Instagram is very heavily involved with hashtags. So when you do a search on Instagram, it's always hashtag voiceover or hashtag video production, and it's all one word usually. Unless someone has developed a hashtag with an underscore, which some of them do. But for the most part, it's all one word. Hashtag and that word or words into one is how you do that search. And, excuse me, you go in, you do that search, you go and you follow them on Instagram, and you send them an instant message. Hey, love the stuff that you got on your Instagram wall. It looks amazing. I really like the picture or the video that you did da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Now, here's another little caveat to this. And if you want to grow quicker in your voiceover career than what you're growing right now, one of the things that I think too many people sleep on, I'll just be honest about it, I think too many sleep on doing free work, doing spec work. No one wants to do it. And it's amazing to me the amount of voiceover artists that have quote unquote made it. They're already making their money and they're telling you don't do any free work. There's a strategy behind doing free work, and you've just got to know the strategy. You've got to understand that you're in competition with thousands and thousands and thousands of voiceover artists across the country, across the world. Don't get me started in why you don't need to be involved in pay-to-play sites. We won't go there today unless someone has a question about a P2P site. P2P site or a pay-to-play site is a site like voices.com or voices123.com. If you've got any questions about that, you can let me know in the chat as well. But anyway, there's a lot of competition. And if you don't want the work, someone else is going to take the work. But let me tell you the strategy behind doing spec work and free work, because there's always an expectation that I'm going to do this, but we can do, I expect to get paid. Now, of course, you don't say that in so many words, but how you do this and how I've done this on my Instagram account that has gotten me clients, by the way, is that, like I said before, go do a search for the genre of voiceover that you want to do. List will come up. Boom, click on one. Follow them, Boom, send them an instant message. Hey, love the video that you did on this. It looked really great. I loved how you combined the colors and blah, 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 blah. Would love to see if I can offer you some value in what it is that you're doing, because I notice that you use voiceover from time to time. I'd love to develop a relationship. Why don't you, if you have a project coming up, let me just do it for you pro bono so that you can see the type of work that I do, and hopefully we can develop a relationship in the future where we can continue to work together. Now, what I did there was gave them compliments on what it was that they were doing, let them know that I wanted to give them value, and there'd be no risk to them. Basically, let me, if you've got a short, and I always say this, if you've got a short little project, because you don't want someone sending you a huge project to do for free, right? So you want to specify. If you've got a short little project that you need done real quick, shoot it over to me. Let me do it for you at no cost, just so I can show you what it is that I can do and can produce in my studio. And you can see the level of quality, blah, 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 blah. And we may be able to see if we can do some work together in the future. I got 3 clients this year just doing that. Now, what's the work involved? And here's the thing, and here's the funny part, because, I have so many people say, well, I send emails, or I, whatever. And I do the Instagram thing. And I'm like, well, how many instant messages on Instagram did you send? Well, I sent like 20. No, boo-boo. I'm sorry, I had to go there with you. That's not, no. 20 is not even a drop in the bucket. I'm talking about spending 2 to 4 hours a day on this strategy. I'm talking about taking a 5-hour weekend or a 5 to 10 hour weekend to sit here and do that. And here's the part where I start getting the pushback. When people ask me for a strategy or how to grow my voiceover business, be honest with yourself. I want to be honest. I want us to be honest here. When people talk about growing a voiceover business, or they ask a question, what most people are really saying is, can you please tell me the one thing I can do right now that tomorrow I'm going to be huge? That's what people are asking. If we're honest, that's what people are asking. People don't want to do the actual work that's involved because it's a lot. I just gave you a YouTube strategy. I gave you a Instagram strategy, and they both require work. Any marketing strategy that you want to use. Don't get me started on email. I had, I've had people say, well, I sent out like, 50 emails over the course of about 6 months, but nobody responded. What? Over 40 emails over? No. That's like a day. 40 to 100 emails a day for 6 months will generate you something. This is why what I just said right there is why the pay-to-play sites exist. Because the pay-to-play sites are willing to do that work. They know that it's going to take a while to get a client to sign on board. The pay-to-play sites also know you're not willing to do that work. Some of you are not willing to do that level of work to get your own voiceover business developed. So what do? They do it for you. And then they say, hey, come pay me to be a member of my site so that you can compete with 500,000 other voiceover artists in our arsenal. And then if you just so happen to get a job, we want a cut of that too. It's crazy. To me, maybe I'm going to get off in a tangent if I start talking about this pay-to-play stuff, so I won't do that. But the main focus of what it is that I'm trying to say behind this is that whatever marketing strategy or strategies that you choose, they're going to take a lot of work. Feel free, if you've got any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat, and I'll be sure to answer them. Otherwise, we're about to, I got this real important thing. This is a strategy thing I need to say before we go offline. One of the problems with looking at information, whether it's on YouTube or Googling it or whatever, and trying to find information on voiceover marketing and how to build a business and blah, 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 is you get so many different answers and responses, and many of them are probably good and a good direction to go in. But here's the thing. To do any strategy or marketing plan appropriately, you've got to pick. I'm going to be real about this. I usually say pick between 1 to 3 strategies. You need to pick one. You need to pick one and just own it. Just dive in, and you need to own it every day for the next 3 months. Literally, you need to pick one, just one. Just pick one strategy. And I'm talking about whether it's an email marketing strategy, whether it's the Instagram strategy that I just mentioned, whether it's your strategy on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. You need to pick one and master that. I mean, master it. You know that you know this thing and you're getting results. Putting in 2 days, 7 days, 2 weeks of a marketing strategy and not seeing results does not mean it's not working. It just doesn't mean that. It may mean you may need to change up some things. But when you jump from strategy to strategy, it's guaranteed that nothing is going to work for you. That is literally a guarantee. If you're jumping from strategy to strategy, nothing is going to work. This is one of the things that I cover, and that's why I do the free consulting. I do the free 15-minute consultation for anyone that wants to understand how to build a voiceover career. In that 15-minute consultation, it's free, and you can get there or go there. Just go to steps2voiceoversuccess.com, click on the link for one-on-one consulting, and you can just set that up. It's automated. You can set it up, choose the day and time, blah, blah, blah. And you can set that block of time up, and we can start going through this. But setting up and understanding that marketing strategy, I mean, to the point that you're a master of it, I say is going to require everyday effort for a period of no less than 3 months of consistent work, not half-assing it. I'm talking about digging in and doing it. And I've had these issues before where I wasn't dug in. I understand what it means to be all over the map. And because I understand what it means to be all over the map, I also have come to have a real appreciation for just choosing one thing and doing that one thing better than anyone else. You're going to notice, if you go to my YouTube channel, I've gotten very into understanding the YouTube algorithms. I've gotten very into understanding the YouTube marketing, or not marketing, but the YouTube, the way that it's all set up so that you get ranked in YouTube. It's one of the things that I've dug in on over the past 3 weeks, and I'm winning at it. And I can see myself winning. I'm a brand new YouTube channel. I started the channel about a year ago, didn't pay much attention to it, but picked it up literally a couple of weeks ago, a month ago. I just picked it up and said, you know what, I'm going to focus in on this because there's a lot that I want to do. I've been doing training for a year now and coaching for a year now, but I slept on YouTube as far as a medium to get the message out and to show people what it is that they can do by revealing to them what it is that I've done. And so when you start doing YouTube searches for certain topics, you're going to see my pretty face smiling back at you on certain topics in YouTube. When you watch other coaches' YouTube videos, you're going to see my smiling face back at you because I figured out how to use these things. And it took me a while to figure that thing out. You with your voiceover business, what I need you to do and what I want you to do is to understand that it's not about, this is not a sprint. It's really not. It's a marathon. And you pick an event. You know, it's the Olympics. You need to pick an event. You can't do the pole vault and powerlifting. You know, it's a total different training method. You can't run the 440 and the New York Marathon. It's different training. It's a different thing. Same thing in voiceover. You got to pick one thing and pick it well. VoiceWave Studios asked a question. I use PayPal to get paid with my log on the letterhead. Is that a good thing to do? VoiceWave Studios, when you say with your logo, your logo, with your logo, I use PayPal. Most of the ways that I get paid is through PayPal. Let's see. I use PayPal to get paid with my logo on the letterhead. I don't see why that wouldn't be a good idea. I do that. I mean, when I send in an invoice, when people ask for an invoice, I send them an invoice, and they either send that invoice to me via a check, or they send it to me via the PayPal information that I have on the invoice, one or the other. Or I know up front, or especially if I've been doing work with a client, I already know if they want to pay by check or if they want to pay online. Most of my clients, most of them pay through me sending them an invoice directly out of PayPal, and they pay that invoice right there on PayPal. One of the good things about that is having PayPal set up, and people quabble over the fees and things that you have to pay like that to use PayPal. But if you have your company set up, in an LLC or a corporation, all that stuff is deductible. You can get all that stuff back. All that stuff is deductible. So I don't worry about the fees from PayPal with that. Okay, any more questions before we wrap up here? First of all, I'm thoroughly excited and pleased with this, my very first ever live stream on YouTube. If you can put in the comments, do any of you guys have YouTube channels that you produce videos on? If you do, what's your YouTube handle? How do I find you on YouTube and watch your stuff? If you're putting out YouTube videos, I would love to subscribe to all of your channels. It's one of the things that I want to make sure that I do, is subscribe to all of your channels. One, so I can stalk you and see what kind of marketing you're doing. But no, just to support and everything else, because I definitely appreciate the support of all of you guys. You should definitely follow. I know that Cyrus Webb, he's a personal friend of mine. I'm not sure if he's still online right now, but he has a great YouTube channel. You want to click on his icon and make sure that you follow him. He does, big time celebrity interviews. Big time celebrity interviews for TV shows, for authors, for movies, the whole nine. Just go ahead and do that. And make sure that you subscribe to his channel there. Let's see, Z3, who is this guy? Z3RO Gauge. Thanks for the live stream, Earl. Great job. Thank you so much for saying that. I appreciate it. I do, doing a live stream is way different from producing a video. Video, if I make a mistake, I can go ahead and correct it and edit it out. Oh, you're welcome, Cyrus. No problem, buddy. When you do your live stream, make sure you shout me out. And don't you have an interview or something to do today? I just said you do celebrity interviews. Hey, if you want to do, Cyrus, I don't know if you want to do this or not, but if you want to do a, what do they call it? Oh my gosh, a shout out, not a shout out, but a release that no one else knows of an interview that you're doing today or the next couple of days, put it in here. If there's something that you want to say that no one else knows, but you got a celebrity interview coming up, or one that's, that maybe people do know about, but these people don't know about, let us know who you're interviewing in the next couple of days. That's huge. I want to let people know that they need to basically really pay attention to your channel, because there's a lot of great stuff that you've got going on there. Yvonne, thanks for putting your YouTube channel up. Phoenix VO, thanks so much for tuning in and watching. But as I was saying, doing a live stream is way different from doing a produced video every day. Oh my gosh, have I been on for 46 minutes? Wow, 47 minutes. I did not even know I'd been on that long. I had said I was going to do this for 30 minutes, and I talked the whole time. But I hope this was valuable for you guys. But in closing with all of this, if you guys want to set up, a free consultation with me to help you with your voiceover marketing strategy, so at least we can take a look at what you've started to develop and what you've started to put together, we can go ahead and set that up. Just go ahead and go to steps-to-voiceoversuccess.com, click on the link for the one-on-one consulting, click the button, and set up your coaching, set your time, date. Okay, Cyrus has author Eric Jerome Dickey on Monday. Okay, see, Cyrus reads. I'm not a reader. So if you read, you know who Eric Jerome Dickey is. Or if you're an author. Man, what about I know too much about the interviews that Cyrus does, so I'm not even going to mention any names. But he does some real big celebrity interviews and has probably interviewed someone from one of the shows that you have watched or do watch on a regular basis. Thanks, Cyrus. Oh, by the way, let's see. Yvonne says, doesn't seem that long. Definitely time well spent. Thanks, Yvonne. We're going to be doing the voiceover Biz Dev Saturday every other Saturday is how this is going to work. This is the first one, so we're not having one next Saturday, but the Saturday after that. But I'm going to schedule them. So as long as you're subscribed to my channel, and as long as you click the notification bell when you subscribe, or even you can go there to the channel now on any video, you can click the notification bell and you can subscribe. But I'm going to do this same time every other Saturday from here on out is how this is going to work. If you want to contact me directly, the way that you do that is by sending me a direct email to, and I will try and put this in the chat. Let me go over here and put this in the chat. My direct email is earlhallvo@gmail.com. In the subject, you want to make sure that you put question. Did I spell that right? Question. Okay, so I just put that into the chat. If you want to email me, ask me anything, a question or whatever, go ahead and do that. All right, VoiceWave Studio, I don't have a webcam. Can I still be successful making videos on YouTube? You must have missed Wave Studio where I said, this is how you make videos on YouTube with your smartphone. Every video that you've seen of mine, every single video that you've seen on my YouTube channel, and you can go there after we get offline or whatever, is made with this. There's nothing special. Everything, now you see in the background, I've got a lighting camera. A lighting setup. I have two of them. You can't see the other one, but they light me up. With this setup, with doing live stream, I've got two other lights pointing at me this way. But it's all about setting up the lighting. That's basically it. But you don't have to use these things. You can use regular lights. I just got kind of fancy with mine. But you can look at all of my YouTube videos, and all of them are made with my smartphone. No special camera. The only thing special that I use now is this shotgun mic that I just pop into my camera, and I show this at the beginning, and that's it. And I do my YouTube videos that way. So there's no special equipment that you're going to need to do a YouTube video other than your smartphone. And by the way, the audio on the smartphone is really good as well. The audio on all the smartphones now, as far as the microphones, they're fine. I just decided I wanted to start upping my game, so I started investing in lighting and blah, 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 microphones, all that kind of stuff. But to do an actual YouTube video, it's your smartphone, dude. I hope that answered the question in regards to that. Let me make sure I didn't miss any questions going back. Okay, I think I got everything. All right, well, guys, it's been almost an hour. 52 minutes, 30 seconds now. So, but by the time the time lapse or whatever, there's a delay, it'll be longer than that has gone by. So anyway, from the time that I spoke it to the time that you actually see it and hear it. So I hope you've gotten value from this. Please feel free to share this out all over the internet, whatever social media. I was remiss or amiss or I forgot, whatever the word is, to say please share this on social media at the beginning, but I didn't say it. So I'll remember that on the next go round. This live stream will be in my YouTube channel feed. So if you would like to, it'll be there. I don't know how long it's going to take YouTube to process this or whatever, but you'll be able to come back to this video later in a couple minutes, and you'll be able to watch it from beginning to end if you missed any part of it. And if you would share, I would definitely appreciate it if you would share my information, but only the things that you think are valuable to others. If you look at the videos on my YouTube channel and you see something that brought you real value and spoke to you, those are the things that I want you to share. I don't want you to share arbitrary stuff if you share anything, but only those things that really speak to you. By the way, please use that email address. Send me stuff that you want me to create YouTube videos around. Send me questions that you say, hey, can you do a tutorial on this or create a YouTube video answering this question? And that's mostly what I do. I come up with my YouTube video subjects based on the questions that you guys send to me. So feel free to do that. So again, I hope this was informative for you, and you guys have a great Saturday. I'll see you in 2 weeks. Actually, I'll see you Monday. If you're subscribed to my YouTube channel, you're going to get the video that I produce Monday through Friday on youtube.com/Earl Hall Studio. Thanks again for being on this live stream with me. This was fun for me, and thanks for your questions and for your interaction. I'll see you guys soon. You have a good one. Bye-bye.